So I was just sorry about that for a second. I was just off crushing freaking beer cans. I don't go through too many beer cans. Sorry, but it's all part of the business. So I was just talking about the setup on the motor I just sent out, or the block, the crank, and the head. Like I said, I was so lucky. The head had been re-sleeved already. I couldn't have asked any better. And just looking over here on, I've got, these are two 4-speed trannies. I wish I had an OD tranny, but they are so scarce. And of course, every OD's blown, seized up, and every tranny's, I'll find an OD tranny. So here's the other engine. This one here, I'll be pulling that one out next. This is the original, another original 69. You can tell a 69 in a strange way. If you just take a look right in here, the original 69 had this unit right here. It's called a vacuum retard is on this side, and a vacuum advance is on this side. And you can just tell by the direction of the direction of the distributor that this is what gives you the retard, and it works all on vacuum. It all depends on whether you're accelerating or decelerating. And this one also works on vacuum, and it does a balance between the two to adjust your timing to ideally give the peak of your power rating. Problem is just after that, they didn't care about power rating, they cared about emissions. And there's a bunch of different pieces on here, and it's a strange thing. They changed this whole engine in 70, and you can see right in here on the intake manifold, this is what they had, which was literally like an old crankcase ventilation filtered system. But this system right in here is what they had before that, and that was just an air or an exhaust vent that allowed your crankcase here to breathe. But this is the other 69 engine. It's actually in a beautifully designed shopping cart. Love it. But I got to get it into my engine stand, because right over here is a big box of stuff that has to go out for sandblasting and body panels. But the carbs, they'll come off, they'll get rebuilt, and then right up to the water pump, the thermostat cap, alternator is going to come off. We'll put a rebuilt. This alternator is a strange thing. That's not the original, obviously. That's probably a 60 amp alternator. I don't buy alternators so much as I just send them out for rebuild. Then I get a quality guarantee from my rebuilder, and he does industrial, so I know I'm getting good quality from him. But this engine's going to come out. The water or the engine mounts are just trashed. I've ordered up a couple sets, and then an oil or a gas filter. Yeah, whatever. That's all coming off. This engine's going to get stripped down just like the last one, and see where we're at. I can see just by this, though, if you look right in here, we've got the black on black. That cylinder head, chances are, haven't been off, and you can look right down in there. You probably can't see it, but right down, right by my finger here is the engine serial number. It's a 69. It was probably built, January, February of 69. The other one I just did was, I think, January 4th, 69. And this is off the old engine. Somebody scammed it. But this is the engine that's going to go in next. The clutch and the pressure plate. And, of course, trannies, 4 speeds. This one here is off my other 69, but that's actually 74 tranny. This is a 69 tranny, but luckily somebody put on the 74 tranny. It's just a stiffener that keeps so your download on your shifter does not snap this stupid little shelf out of here. And this goes in on your tranny mount with a couple 1/8 washers and stiffens it right up. And all that can slowly come together as I get all of these other parts all shuffled, stuff like heater cases. That one's not going to be redone, but I need the motor out of that. And the 69, 70, 71, that's what would have been your internal vent cap. Goes right in front of the windshield. And so you could literally open that up by a lever and have a vent inside that would draw air rather than later just straight draw airs. And then come on over here and just show you the stuff I've got in here. Stuff like an original 69 grill. Funny stuff, but you can tell just by the way it says TR6. A drive shaft. That one hasn't been rebuilt. I rebuild all my drive. Here's another drive shaft. I've already done this one. Of course, all new universals. And, of course, greased and loaded. And these are the shifter caps. These are the rocker arms, or sorry, the, not rocker arms. The, step side. Oh, I can't think of the term of that. Rocker panels. That's right. There's brand new rocker panels and inner panels. And this is a stupid little thing. That's a stiffener that also is what you use to open the hood of the trunk or of the car. So it's just trying to put parts together. Get the salt. Oh, there's another tranny down there. That's another 69 tranny. And a 69 differential is down there as well as a floor box. That's the little box that attaches right to the firewall, and that little floor box is what you'd use, or what's used. That's your clutch, your brake, and just off to the side of that's the accelerator, and another heater case, or heater box, whatever you want to call it. And that one's actually good and still clean. Problem is I don't know if the heater rad's any good, because I've got a heater rad up there. You can see it. I'll just take you closer. This one here is an original. I'm going to have to get that out and get record and rebuilt. And a couple short drive shafts for the rear end. Some valve covers, or rocker covers, I guess would be the better term. And some carbs. Those carbs have been rebuilt. Those things are perfect. You can see the mounting gaskets and everything are all still ready to go. Those ones can go on. These ones are ready. So just thousands of parts. Oh, rocker shaft. That's the rocker shaft off the engine. This one here is the rocker shaft off the engine that's in for rebuild right now. I checked it out, slid it down the shaft. It really looks good, but might be just as well to change that one over to a fresh rocker and rocker shaft.